happen with Nick Mullens? It's been reported that they're not going to tender him. Let's start there.
Someone will bring him in to be a backup.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they just let him go on the market, maybe the fact that he's injured will keep him available. But I think a lot of teams would be interested in him as a backup, especially teams that have the under-center Kyle Shanahan offense.
For the reason that you're saying too as well. Listen, say what you want about Nick Mullens' play, and maybe it doesn't translate to the field, but the guy is a machine when the way he processes things.
Yes.
And that's the thing.
And there's no question about work ethic, how he fits in, all that stuff. There's no question.
That can be valuable if, let's say, you find yourself in a situation where maybe you're mentoring a guy in his first deal and you're trying to, so that can be valuable. So I see him landing somewhere. I wouldn't rule him out coming back though. I really wouldn't. I really would not. You hear them talking about upgrading the backup quarterback. You need guys on practice squad. You need guys underneath. So I wouldn't rule it out completely. It doesn't seem likely, but I think that Nick Mullens sticks somewhere for sure.
I think the Niners' attitude this year was, look, the cap's going down. We don't have the money to be giving out second-round tenders. We can't give out $3 million to guys like we did with Kendrick Bourne. Like all those guys who signed, Ross Dwelly, basically signed for vet minimum deals that they wouldn't have got. So it's like, hey, you want to come back? We'll offer you this. And if you don't want it, you can dip. And I would imagine they offered something. I would imagine. I don't know. They offered something similar to Nick Mullens here. Vet min, you're hurt. And the fact that he didn't, I'm just taking another leap there and thinking maybe he thinks he can do better on the open market because he has proven, I don't know, he's played. He's put up some numbers. So we'll see if he's right. And there was interest in him last year. He changed his agent from whatever to CAA, which is a big deal. He was gearing up. He was thinking like
there was a market.
Yeah, there was a market. And maybe if he had played a little bit better this year, he'd be a starter somewhere. So he may feel that there's still a market for him as a backup, especially if he can rehab and come back. So if he's wrong, then the Niners can bring him back. Yeah.
It was floated out there, the second or third round pick for Nick Mullens. I just don't see how you don't run and smash trade. I don't care what you think about who's the guy in front of them. To get a second or third round pick for an undrafted free agent backup quarterback, that is 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100. And I don't care how much backlash I took when I was saying this before, right? Because there was still, and I got to kind of blame you a little bit for it. There was still that process, there's still that part of Twitter that was like, Nick Mullens is still better than this guy, and he can still, for me, just think about it logically. Undrafted free agent, you can get a second or a third for that, and he's a backup. You do that 10 out of 10 times, and you send him away. If you can have someone who's undrafted and turn it into draft capital, I don't even understand if anyone, I don't care what team it is. If they called you and said, we'll send you a second or a third, I would just say, peace out, Nick. You got to go, man. And that's it.
Because now you're letting him
Now
go.
You're not getting anything. It's over.
Yeah.
If you had that chance, then you had to strike when the iron was hot. That's why you have to strike before they play more and they devalue they drop their value down. That's the issue.